Hi, my name is Grace, and this is an initial health consultation and dietary habit questionnaire on the Hawk Challenge. Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And yourself?
Good, thank you.
That's good.
So I have some brief information on you that I received and what your goals are. But do you want to tell me what your goals are?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, goal-wise, I'd like to increase my weight just a little bit.
Yeah.
Currently about 75 kilos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm of Muslim faith, so my diet consists mainly of halal food. I practice Ramadan when I can.
Yeah. So I think that's coming up, isn't it?
That's coming up pretty shortly.
Yeah.
I've recently started playing some football, so I'm pretty happy with my health overall. And as I said, I'm currently at university. I'm studying engineering, so obviously I want to maintain that. But from a physical fitness point of view, I want to get myself into shape.
So the main things we're going to focus on at the moment are your dietary requirements.
Yeah, well, my diet, this halal diet, is obviously primarily vegetarian. It's something that I rely upon. I eat lots of bread and lots of good roughage type food. So my diet basically is quite satisfactory, I think. I don't eat a lot of fatty foods or anything else like that, so it's pretty good.
Okay, well, I'm going to run a quick dietary habits questionnaire, but firstly I want to give you this. This is the Australian guidelines, dietary guidelines. I, as a personal trainer, can only give you basic information on healthy eating and advice from nutritional standards from the Australian guidelines. This is the most up-to-date advice on the amounts and kinds of foods that we need to consume for our health and well-being. We have 5 major food groups. We've got our vegetables and legumes, our fruits, our grains, meats and poultry, and dairy. It's essential for you to have a balanced diet to provide your body with the nutrients it needs to work effectively. It'll also make sure that you're reaching your optimal performance. Let's do the questionnaire, and then we'll see what we can come back with. So, your name, Aha.
Yeah, Bulos.
Today is the 23rd of the 8th, and your goal is to build some muscle.
I'd like to build some muscle weight, yeah. So in saying that, my goal would be to base my diet or point my diet towards high protein.
Okay. Well, let's see what it comes back with. So I'm just going to ask you, how many servings of vegetables would you normally eat per day?
Well, because I'm primarily vegetarian, probably I would say, if I include breakfast, maybe 6 a day.
Okay. And how many servings of fruit would you normally eat per day?
I constantly eat fruit, quite a lot of it. And prior to coming here, I just had 2 mandarins. So.
Okay, so on average, you'd probably eat about 2 to 3 servings per day?
Probably more, I would say.
No, you don't eat more. You don't eat more, it says it here. You eat 2 to 3 servings a day. How many servings of bread or cereals do you normally eat per day?
Well, including breakfast and lunch, probably 6, maybe more.
Okay. And how many servings of dairy would you consume per day?
Not a great deal. I'm not a great dairy eater, but at least once a day I'd have dairy.
Okay. And how many servings of meat would you consume a day?
Well, I'm basically a vegetarian, so I don't, with a halal diet.
So I'll say 0 to 1. Meat doesn't have, you can get
I understand. Yes, I know. I understand that too. And I have eaten meat. I haven't got a problem with eating meat, but I just prefer eating vegetables. But
that's okay. We'll talk about that after anyway. And then any discretionary choices. So it can be any ice cream, processed meat, sausages,
Well,
salty
sausages
crackers,
are high fat level, so I don't eat sausages at all.
donuts, chocolate, soft drink.
Very little sweets at all. I don't have a sweet tooth very much, so.
So I'd say about 7 to 9 servings a week. I am going to refer you on to a nutritionist because I can give you some basic guidelines, but you can also see how you go for the first few weeks. But if you'd like more nutritional defined advice, I can refer you on to a nutritionist. The advice I would give you would be to increase your dairy intake from 2 to serves per day. This doesn't have to be full cream milk or anything like that. It can be alternatives. So you can use oat milk, cheeses, or cheese from a character, isn't it? Alternative cheeses. Also, if you can increase the meat and poultry intake, if you can try and get certified halal meats, or you can use
Chicken I would consume probably in preference to
Okay, we
red
just
meats.
need to increase that. The increase in the meat and
Red
poultry
meat.
is also going to increase your protein intake, which is going to help with your muscle gain. We also want to drink more water, and maybe you can speak to a GP about supplementing the lacking vitamins or nutrients that you're not getting from some of those food groups. Making sure that your meals are being prepared and balanced out. So making sure you're getting something from each food
What
group.
about carbohydrate intake though?
You seem fine on the carbohydrate intake.
Yeah.
It's just making sure that you're balancing out your meals.
Okay,
Okay?
that sounds good.
No worries. Thank you.
Okay.